it's Chris from the Droning Company here today with Will Austin from the Warren County Community College. Will, can you tell us a little bit about what your role is over there at the college?
Well, I am the president for the last 20 years, but what I do for fun is I'm actually our chief pilot, and I'm in the drone program as well at the college.
Now, how did that come to be? You went from president to also being the chief pilot of the drone program.
Yeah, so one of my backgrounds in education was GIS. So when local officials came to me and said, we really want you to start this program. We have all Class G airspace. It's going to be great for us. I went out to find faculty in 2017, and there weren't any.
Okay.
So the closest thing I could find was me with a GIS background, and then I had to go to Embry-Riddle and learn how to be a pilot at the same time. So that's how I kind of got started in it. And as you probably know, when you start playing with these drones and these systems, you just fall in love with the technology, you fall in love with the future, and you're like, yeah, this is a good life.
I was just saying to a friend the other day, it doesn't feel any different from day one to now. I mean, every time I put that drone in the air, it's the same feeling.
Yeah, my wife says the only time I ever smile in my job now is when it's a drone day.
That's not surprising, though. I mean, really. So you're doing something a little bit special at the Warren County Community College with drones. Can you tell us a little bit about that program that you're developing, and what people can look forward to when they sign up for that program?
Yeah, and by this spring, we should be able to take a student from anywhere in the world. We have a great program with the FAA now where we literally have beyond visual line of sight waiver, where if we had a student in Ohio, they could fly their drone. Our professor has the authority to take over that drone if anything goes wrong. So we can do flight training with people at a distance as well, which is an excellent thing. But we just built a new 5,000 square foot robotics center. So you can come to us, you can learn photogrammetry, GIS, thermal imaging. You can learn how to build the drone. You can learn the electronics. You can learn how to solder. You can learn all the skills that were lost for so many decades in this country. We're bringing them all back, and we're trying to really build a workforce for the industry of people who can be pilots, people who can be technicians, people who can be mechanics. So we're trying to get back to the bread and butter kind of workforce that people need. So we put our program together with that in mind.
That's awesome. Now, you talked about some of the applications of drone technology. Is there any one area that seems to be more popular than others when it comes to people signing up, or is it something that you get a variety of different people?
You know, it's amazing. So the way we did this is you can get the whole degree and you'll learn all those skills. Or you could come in and say, listen, I'm only interested in mapping and photogrammetry, and we'll work with you and you'll take those courses, and you literally could test for certification. So we realized early on that what could make Warren special? I mean, there's 1,000 community colleges in the United States, so it's the certification. So we're ASTM certified. We have the top certification from AUVSI. We're in the FAA City program, and we keep adding certifications. And then at the same time, our students can have those industry certifications as well. So you know you're getting an educated person from us, but you also know you're getting a skilled person.
That's awesome. That's fantastic quality to have in that program. Now, in terms of the products that you use, the types of drones, there's tons out there. FPV, there's GPS, there's drones that you use for mapping, there's drones that you use for photography. Oh, what kind of drones are you using? What platforms do you use usually?
Yeah, and community colleges generally serve anyone. So a number of our students come and they don't have any economic ability to buy a drone. So we house the drone. So we literally have over 75 systems that we use, which includes things like Spot, the robotic dog, if you want to be on the ground, Deep Trekker, Blue ROV if you want to be underwater, and then we probably have about 50 drones in the sky, and we go through a variety of programs. So we have things as small as like the Tello drone, and as big as the Census Centero beyond visual line of sight drone. And a student will learn how to use all of those systems. It's impossible to master them all, so a lot of times students will focus in on one or two systems that they really want to master. And once you've mastered one, it's pretty easy to learn another platform.
Okay. Now, if somebody's watching this and they're thinking, hey, I'd really like to get in contact with Warren County Community College and get signed up for that program, how would they go about doing that? What can they expect in the process of applying and getting into that program?
Yeah, so we're going to work with you. We'll walk you through the whole process. Our advisors are very hands-on. We approach education as if the person coming to us is scared to go back to school. So we make it easy for you. So a thing you see in community colleges is you'll see people sitting in the parking lot in their car afraid to walk in the building because they'll say, all right, is this for me? Are they going to think I'm not smart enough? That's not how we operate. If you come to us, we're going to make you a success one way or another. If I see you in the parking lot, I'm going to go out personally and get you out of the car and bring you in. You're always welcome at the college. We're there to serve the people.
That's fantastic. What a welcoming environment for something that flying a drone is intimidating in itself. Not just going to college to learn how to fly the drone, but then doing it. That's very scary. So that comfort level probably is very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. The most terrified guy usually is me when we get to the more advanced drones, because I know the liability. I know how much the school's paid for them. I'm the guy who has to fill out the insurance.
Ignorance is bliss, right?
So it's like, by the time our students get there, they're very comfortable. Me, I'm probably, as a Catholic, genuflecting and praying that the thing comes back safely.
That's hilarious. Now, I have to say, I'd be remiss not to mention our partnership, the Droning Company and Warren County Community College. We've been working together for now, I think, about a year. Is that correct?
It is about a year.
I think we're coming up on that. Just really appreciate you guys as a partner, and we look forward to seeing how your program grows. Speaking of that, what opportunities do you have coming down the pipeline that you didn't have maybe yesterday that you're looking forward to in the future?
Well, we just got a congressional appropriation, used to be known as a federal earmark, for about $750,000 to do precision agriculture. And we're really looking at this because our college is in an agricultural-based community, and we're saying, all right, we need to tie the satellite remote sensing, the drone remote sensing, and the various new robotic systems that can go out and help the farmers, because we can see around the world, whether it's the Ukraine or it's other countries or it was the supply chain, that we are having food and water issues that are starting to emerge from climate change. So production of agricultural products in the United States is essential. So we see that as part of our research mission as well. We're going to go out there, we're going to start to figure out, okay, this has to be simplified for farmers. So people have begun that, but it isn't automated. They talked today about autonomy. Really, you have to kind of know each one of those systems in ag, and there isn't a farmer who has the time to do that. They're growing the crops. So we got to prepare, we got to come up with a simplified way, and then we want to share it with community colleges around the country to increase food production. And also we're doing a lot of work in water analysis. A lot of the waterways in New Jersey are getting algae, but you can think things like here in Nevada area, like Lake Mead and all these things. These are things drones can address. Drones can identify the climate change, and I'm not going to get into arguments of the cause. Who cares about the cause? Let's talk about the solutions. Right. Drones are part of the research base that are going to give us the solutions to survive whatever's happening with our planet.
Absolutely agreed, and probably more efficiently than some of the processes that we have in place now. But I have one last question for you. If you were talking to somebody that was looking to get their Part 107, looking to get into the commercial drone industry as a professional, what would be the one piece of advice you'd give them to get started?
Yeah, so obviously training in the safety is really important. Starting to understand also the insurance and liability aspects of it, figuring out whether I want to be my own boss or I want to work for somebody else, and they both come with positives and negatives. But I think the most essential thing to be successful is you're going to have to niche about something. What I see that I think is often the mistake is people are like, I have a drone company, I do photography, I do mapping, I do No, you don't. Nobody can do all of that. So niche into something, pick something, focus, build your company around that, and become the best at that, and then you'll be a success.
Those are words of wisdom to live by right there. So, hey, I want to thank you for your time. Before we go, where can people go to find out more about Warren County Community College, particularly this program? Social media, websites?
Yeah, so you can just go to www.warren.edu/drones. It'll bring you right to the site. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter. You just go to Warren County Community College and you'll find us there. You'll find all kinds of things we're doing. Or even better, they can go to your website and read about all the stuff.
Excellent. Hey, thank you so much for your time today, Will. Really appreciate it.